There you go. Now it's recording.
Oh, cool. Right. Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. It's evening here in the UK, and we're all here on a Tuesday night call. We've got a very special guest who has been waiting to come on this Zoom all week. I've been asking him, and gladly he said yes. He was the man to ask because he knows how momentum goes. He understands the word momentum when it comes to online businesses and how to work your product, how to speak to people, how to sell your product, and how to escalate his business. So this is definitely the man to watch and the man to follow with the systems that he's got in place. Curry is a father of two children and lives in America. He's got an online business and he's absolutely scaled to the heights in a really fast way. And that's because he's got all the implementations there. He's followed I was going to say a structure, but I think a lot of his own structure. He's watched how things have gone over the few years and designed a way that works for himself, and it's really worked. This is the first guy that I spoke to in my new online marketing business. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was, doing my homework. I was having a look on the internet, looking for the people, that I knew I needed to speak to, but I wasn't banking on actually talking to him at 3 in the morning. I was just clicking buttons to read, what was going on his YouTube and so on. And there we were. I clicked a button and Curry answered the phone. It wasn't even a phone call. It was a Zoom, was it, Curry?
It was.
So that was unbelievable. So I am going to throw this over to you now, Curry, because you're going to take the room by storm. And tonight we're going to talk about going for no's. We're going to talk about the fear element, and we're going to talk about what was the third one, Curry?
Oh, I don't know. We'll make something up.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to let you go for it. So welcome, Curry Russell, the man.
Well, thank you very, very much, Donna-Marie Singleton. And yes, she's exactly right. She just popped on a Zoom, and I just happened to be on at the same time. So her and I had an amazing conversation. And if in all honesty, I tried to blow her off. I was like, go back to the person who invited you to see this and work with them. And she was just completely consistent. She was like, no, I'm working with you. And so all of our Zooms, she started popping on, even whatever time of night it was for her. Same with really John Bone. John Bone has been such a massive part of our community. I think him, Keeley, you are all pretty much the top of the ladder when it comes to the UK market. And this has just been an amazing 6.5 months. I mean, we're not even at the beginning. Like, when people keep telling me that we haven't even gotten started. We haven't even got started. It's been 6.5 months. I mean, maybe at 2 years we'll get started. I don't know what the point is that we say we've made some kind of headway, but consider any other network marketing company. I mean, if you were in it for a year, you're not even in at the beginning. I mean, there's still so much growth that's going to be had. So, guys, I really don't know what we're going to talk about here today. We're going to talk about some fear, because I think a lot of people out there, let's start with that. A lot of people out there right now, and this is going to apply to anything, regardless of what you got. You got started with this tool because you had something else that you wanted to show people. You were already passionate about maybe a health and wellness product, maybe car sales, insurance, anything. You saw this product as a way to share a product or service that you were already excited about. Now, some of you guys were doing really well in those. Others, are probably struggling, because every single person in every single business has to go through different levels to get to the place that they want. They feel like they've reached success. And I recently had a guy ask me, one of the top guys in my business, who asked me, how do you know when you've made it? How do you know when you've made succeed? You've succeeded. And for me, it's going to be a completely different answer than for you. I mean, because every single one of us have our own goals. I mean, Kelly's going to have her own goals. Donna-Marie's going to have her own goals. And so for you to compare yourself to me, or you compare yourself to Ross or Becky or Virginia, it's not fair. You should always be considering your own goals, your own level of effort to reach those goals, and doing whatever it takes to get there. But so many people, and these are statistically proven numbers, so many people won't make it. They just give up on the first frustration. They give up on the first no. Heck, I had somebody send me this gigantic, I'm talking probably 300-word message today, promoting some new product that he's doing, some gigantic blurb. And my only response to him was, there's no possible way I'm reading all that. No, there's no. I ain't got enough time in my day to read the book that you just sent me. But would that guy, who knows whether that guy will be turned off by me telling him no. I promise, no doesn't hurt. And if you got excited about a product or service, somebody else will too. It just takes time to find those other people. It takes time to find people like you. Because, I mean, think about it. How many of your friends are like you right now? How many of your friends are all doing the exact same thing that you're doing, or like the same movies you like, or, eat the same foods that you like? Because I bet the people who started these weird sushi businesses didn't just, fold because Curry Russell hates sushi. I bet they didn't just give up because, Curry doesn't want to eat raw fish wrapped in some vegetables and crap that I don't want to eat. They're winning. They just found people who do like it. And just like that, I mean, you have to get over the fear of what if they say no? Get over the fear of what if they think I'm weird? I mean, because right now in the world of sushi, I'm the weird one because everybody else likes it. I'm the guy like, what do you mean you don't eat sushi? Why don't you want to go eat sushi? Because I don't want to eat it. It's weird. Stop asking me.
So it's kind of like finding the niche, isn't it? As in, birds of a feather flock together. You're never going to be able to sell somebody sushi who hates raw fish, are you? You can't. You cannot. You can't make people be people they're not going to be. And it's going to be that way in your business. If let's say you put 100 people in your business, 70 of them are not going to do much of anything. They're going to be customers. They're going to make a monthly payment, and that's it. They don't want to grow a business. They don't want to run with you. They just wanted to make a purchase, and they want to be customers, and that's it. If we think about why some people quit too soon, do you think maybe it's because of unrealistic expectations at the start, as in maybe they weren't in love with the product at the start, or they weren't in love with the business? And if you're not in love with either, it's the wrong business and the wrong product. So what have you got to say about that, Corey? Realistic expectations on why you are joining.
Well, there's two aspects to our business. One is a product or customer, and one is a business position. So if you're joining just to be a customer, don't expect your customer to become a business person, be part of the business. Expect them to stay as a customer. You need customers anyway. So your customers are going to provide the long-term volume. Your business partners, on the other hand, are going to spread your business if they decide they want to share it. Because sometimes people join your business for the what if, right? I'm a what ifer. I'm a guy who joined my first network marketing company on the grounds of, and did the business side on what if. What if I share this with a couple of people and they like it? What if I got my fees waived? What if I did this, or what if I did that? I didn't know I was joining and becoming a marketing person. I didn't join even knowing anything about network marketing. I didn't join my business because I thought I was going to make some money, I joined on the what if I can share it and make a couple dollars. And I like when I went to my very first network marketing event, the guy who flew his own airplane there told me, or he asked the room of 700 of us, he said, who here wants to make a lot of money? And everybody raises their hand, right? Like everybody wants to make a lot of money. And he goes, who wants to make a little bit of money? And I was the only person that raised my hand. And he goes, this is the only honest guy in here. And I was like, because I didn't want to make a fortune. I didn't need to make a whole bunch of money. I just wanted to, if it gave me a couple $100, to go on more vacations or whatever, to spend on my family or to do this or that. That's why I joined. So sharing something I'm passionate about when there's no, like, I'm not trying to like, if they don't join the business that I'm trying to show them, it isn't going to hurt my feelings. If I show somebody something and it's not I don't need them to join. It isn't going to hurt anything. It's the people who are emotionally attached to the yeses and nos, the people who struggle with like, oh my God, if I don't get them to say yes, I'm not going to be able to eat tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? That's when it's tough because but there's a better side to that. When you have that massive why, like you've got to go show so many people or you're not going to be able to feed your family. I promise those people are going to go show some people and make some money. Like, because your why outweighs anything else in life. No TV show, no, book, no, spending time with friends or out at the pub or drinking. There's nothing else matters. You've got to feed your family. But people don't treat their business that way. Most people don't treat their business like they treat their job. They'll get up at 6 a.m. and put their clothes on and maybe even press their clothes. They may get up early and press their clothes, and they might get up and have breakfast with their family and then get in traffic for an hour and then go to work and be at work for 8 to 9 hours and then come home through traffic again. And, they'll do that every day, day in, day out. But then you ask them to give an hour a day to their business and they're like, oh, I can't find the time. I'm too busy. I've got nothing. I've got all these kid things to do, and I've got the games on tonight and Game of Thrones 47, whatever level it's on or whatever episode it's on is out, and we got all this stuff. And maybe I can give some time in between taking and going to bed. Like you don't treat your business like you treat your job. For me personally, this is just me. When we first started, I made this a priority even over my job. Like I was giving more than 5 hours a day to this for the last, 5.5, 6 months. We were given 5 presentations a day alone, not even just me still recruiting. I was giving 5 presentations a day from 5 p.m. to midnight every day for almost 30 straight days. And this is the hard part for me. This is no crack on anybody. No, I'm excited that John Bone's on here and Donna-Marie and Keeley. You guys are doing a great job. Virginia Parr is down there in Australia killing this thing by herself, essentially. She didn't even rely on her upline. She didn't rely on anybody. She just took off and did it. Becky Wanamaker just stepped out and did it. John Bone, like I said, stepped out and did it. There are people who are going to be followers. There's going to be people who are going to be followers, and that's exactly where they should be. They're happy where they are at. They're doing their own thing, but they're just not comfortable stepping out on their own to do their own thing, do their own meetings, do their own level of effort. They just follow. But then there's those people that want to do modeling. And I made a video about this week. The people who model, these are people who look at people who's had some level of success and they go, you know what? I want to do what they did. What did they do to get what they have? Okay, well, Curry Russell he got started on May 10th, and he went out and used social media and talked to a massive amount of people, invited them to get on some Zooms and let them start inviting their people on the Zooms, because I can be really, really honest, in the 700 Zooms that we've done, which is by far a ridiculously stupid number, I've signed up like 3 people on my own Zooms. I don't invite people to my own Zooms. That's not what they're there for. I've set up Zooms for my team to invite people to let me ask for them. So my level of fear of your people telling me no doesn't exist. Like, I can ask anybody, anywhere, anytime, and say, hey, do you want to use this thing to help grow your business? Because at the end of the day, I don't care what they think. Like there's no thought process at all that, well, they might tell me no.
Yeah, and it's the same with, friends and family as well when you're running a business. So you can't be anywhere near focused on what anybody else thinks about what you're doing, because if you do, you're not going to move forward anywhere. You can't be loved by everyone. Not everybody's going to like what you're doing, what your product is, or anything else. Love them where they're at, move on, get on with what you need to do for your life. And as they always say, nobody else pays your bills, so why do they matter? They're not paying your mortgage, they're not paying for your kids, they're not paying for the food coming in the house. So you need to get on and do what you need to do. So if we talk about a bit about what brings fear into people, Corey, what do you think that are the type of things that bring fear in? For instance, if they're not quite believing in what they're doing. I mean, you became present. You made sure you did all those Zooms because it showed that you were present, you were consistent, and you were available. So you became sort of the face that people recognized to go on the Zooms to learn more, and gave yourself that credibility that people knew to send other people to. You may not. Yeah, go on.
I just owned it. Like there was no, and even now, even with the small amount of growth that we have now, there is nobody that's they're the face of the company. We have some people who are, have stepped out and they've made themselves known. Myself, Scott DeVore, John, you guys, there's people who are making themselves known in the industry, but it's still early. Like we aren't, I mean, it's amazing how early we are. But the fear thing, like you said, what caused, number one, always rejection, that fear of rejection. Like I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine people who like in the United States, there's a big giant company that does billboards on the side of the highway, and their name's Lamar. They're an advertising agency. I couldn't imagine their salespeople going to businesses knowing that they're offering billboard sales and being frustrated because they told them no. Like you know that there's more businesses that are going to do it. You just got to go business to business to find out. There's people who saw this, and I've repeated this myself, so I'm not going to do that again. That fear of rejection, you have to really kind of flip that in your head, the fear of loss. The number one driver in purchases and sales is the fear of loss. Well, why aren't you afraid of losing? Like, flip it in your own head. Why would I spend time doing things that don't add value to my family's financial statement, their own future? Like, if I didn't do this, well, my family wouldn't have the most amazing Christmas our family's ever going to have. If I don't go out and put forth this effort during this season of my life, my children would not have, they might have to go back to being regular schooled and not homeschooled. If I didn't do this, I'm going to lose out over here. People aren't flipping that fear. Like, they're comfortable that they've got their daily job, they got their comfort level is more powerful than the fear of loss in their own life, because most of the time, Donna-Marie, people don't believe it can happen to them.
Yeah.
I think as well, if we've got fear, anybody has fear on doing anything, whether it be coming online or listening to no's or things like that, have a think about why you've got the fear, and it might be that you need to be really realistic with yourself and truthful, honest with yourself. Because sorry, can somebody mute their microphone, please?
There you go. You got it.
Thank you. So listen to, have a watch about why you've got fear, because you might need to change something that you are weak in, and be honest with yourself and see if your strategy is wrong. Are you doing something wrong? Is it the way you're talking to people? Are you coming across like you don't believe in your product or don't believe in yourself? Be truthful, I would say, Corey, and then work on what it was that you found was like the missing kind of link, and work on that. What do you say, Corey?
I'm gonna be honest. I got some fears. Strangely enough, the funniest thing about me is that I'm so comfortable online that my offline activity, because I don't really get to spend much time offline, is hard. So for me, I don't go business to business because it's not a valuable use of my time. And it's really funny because even when I have the opportunity to, I find myself not doing it. Like, if I'm sitting in an airport and I'm talking to people naturally, and I know that they're in another business or they're doing something, or if I see that they've got a company logoed shirt, the conversation just naturally gravitates towards, hey, how do you do your marketing? It's always that way. But if I'm out and about and I'm going business to business or something, it doesn't ever feel comfortable to me, and I'm not in that hunt mode. And so I have my own little twerks that I've got to adjust for myself, but I've used social media because there's no loss. Like, I could care less about social media, and don't take that the wrong way. And Scott DeVore always gets on to me because I always say I don't care. He's like, you do care. You care about people. And there's times where I'm like, no, I don't. Because I want everybody to win, but I'm not going to ever make anybody do anything. Like, John will be the first person to admit or tell you all that he's been with me since day 2 of this whole thing. And I've never called John up and asked him, hey, are you going to do anything? I've never called Scott up. I've never called anybody in my downline. I don't expect them to build my business for me. I'm going to go build my business, and I'm not going to be the guy that's going to call up my downline and go, hey, you're going to go to that event. Hey, you're going to go over here. I'm going to invite you to go, but I'm not going to be the guy to, you got to want it. You got to, but that's got to be for anything you're doing. There's a lot of times where I struggle with this in my head that, I want people to grow the Acervia business because that's the business that I'm currently growing myself. But I know that most people got into Acervia to promote something else, whether it be their landing page system or their, health and wellness products, or their, carrot on a stick, whatever it is. Like, you're out there marketing something that you were already passionate about. So for me to come up to you and go, hey, listen, I know that you got this shape thing that you're doing and you're loving it, but if you could just go ahead and tell like 5-10 people about your new business thing, I'd really appreciate it. Like, it's not, I'm going to go do this. You guys keep doing what you're doing. In my head, it's not high pressure for me. This is something you should want to share. Like,
I quite like the way that you're fearless. Have you always been fearless, Corey, do you think? Or do you think this is because you come across always as, in a good way, you come across as like you are a competitive. You love the idea of winning the next thing, just you know, the next step of something, whether it be tiny or it doesn't matter what it is, but you love the game of it, you love the whole feeling of it, and that's lovely to watch. I mean, when I see you and Scotty working together, you are like a married couple, aren't you? The married marketers online, he's like the yin and the yang of you two who work so fabulous together. But
if you know anything about colored personalities, there's 4 colors, and he is very yellow, blue, and I'm very red green. So our dynamic relationship didn't exist before Serbia. We didn't even have. We knew each other, but the very first day we started working together, there's never been a practice run. There's never been, hey, let's study this, or hey, we just took off and did it.
Very natural.
Nobody. See, this is the hardest part about this. John knows it. A bunch of people know it. We made this up. There was no plan. There was no presentation before we got involved. There was no. We had a 2-minute video that felt like it was thrown together that people are still using, but everything that we did, we owned it. Like, we just ran. And by the way, the fearless thing, I've jumped out of planes in the military. I've been to war, went to Afghanistan. I've traveled around. I travel endlessly. I'm in a hotel right now. I watch people's fear. Like, I see their fear all the time. Like, people wear it. And I think that my mindset is so much broader that I don't care about the things that other people hold as value. Like, I saw something the other day, a post online that said, I'm sorry, I've got it as a meme on one of my collections of graphics. It says, to find out the real value of money, ask somebody for some of it. Because every single one of us hold value differently. Like, what you value is different than me. Like, I don't hold my life as a value the way other people do. I mean, I'll throw myself out of a perfectly good airplane. I'll go do the dumbest stuff ever because I truly believe that I'm invincible until I die. That's the dumbest thing about me, is that I truly believe that. Like, until my purpose on earth is fulfilled, what could possibly hurt me? So why would I care about such minuscule things in life? Who's been on an airplane?
Yeah.
Anybody been on an airplane? John flew to America the other day. So listen, if you've been on an airplane and you've had a window seat and you fly over a town, just one town, not a city, but a town, and you don't instantly realize the gravity of how small we are, and think that on some level, anything that you've got as a worry or a frustration or aggravation matters, give me a break. We're too little. Like, the small as we are, none of this matters. The only thing in life that matters is what you can do to add value to somebody else's life. So if you're doing something that's helping another person, you are going to absolutely enjoy life.
You would have made a fantastic teacher, you know, Corey. The kids would just adore you. Just excellent. You know, I've been getting my kids to watch all your videos.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, they have to watch them every day. Sorry about that, but it's part of the curriculum here now.
Oh, my God. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. So, in another thing, and let me tell you, John, and I keep throwing John, but John's been my friend now for almost a year. I've known John since January of this year through our other program. And I can be, I think, 100% honest. I see people try to lead with the opportunity. Like you try to promote the business, and I watch people do it in a way that's almost sickening. Like they lead with money, right? You've been out there and you try to convince people to go get money, right? So for instance, I did not set this up. I did not make this up on purpose, and I know you're recording, so I'm gonna do this for real. So here is $1,100. And by no means did I go get this out of an ATM machine or take this out from any earnings from my business. The point of this is $1,100. It's a small amount of money, but I won it at a slot machine last night. But how many people, if I put this $1,100 on Facebook as a post, and I said, well, listen, if you're going to go do what I do, you've got to sit down at a $5 slot machine and put your money in that $5 slot machine, and you have to make $10 bets on the hopes that you would do this work, right? On the fear of loss that you're going to lose X amount of money to possibly someday hit a jackpot. We watch people try to get people into their businesses by tricking them with pictures of money. Like, you're not going to do the level of effort to get what I've got. You're not going to do the level of work that, John is going to go out and bust. I mean, John lost a finger for his job, for Christ's sake. So I think that we all, to get better in our businesses, have to start massively promoting the products. Like, is the product or service that you're sharing going to add value to a business's future or to a person's life? And the moment you believe that, the moment that you believe that, like that little button that we've got, this little thing that is broadcasting and helping people's businesses, the moment you believe that that's going to help and then you don't share it with somebody, you know how selfish you are as a human being? You either believe it's going to help or you don't. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Corey,
yeah.
Have you got any strategies on what sort of media you use that you didn't use in the past but has been working for you now? So, people get used to the same thing and they don't sort of venture and learn any other methods. Is there a particular platform that you have enjoyed working with that you think would help everybody else?
I do this completely different than everybody else. So I've promoted what I do. As a matter of fact, I just gave a class. You can actually go see that on my timeline. That's kind of scary because my timeline gets filled up so fast because I post like way too much. But I did a class on social media target marketing. I don't like the idea of fishing. Like, I love fishing. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm looking forward to with some of the time that I've bought back is going fishing. So in the spring, I'm going to take some time and go fishing. But
yes,
I want people to become hunters. I don't want, if you, for your business, I don't care what you got, you have to know who your target market is. And by the way, platform, Facebook. Facebook is, I like Instagram. Instagram, if you're using it for messaging, you can target market based on tags. So if you know how to target market, you can search for the keywords for the things that you're looking for. So you can literally do target marketed search and then start messaging the people who made those posts. That's the way that you target market. For me, my target market was network marketers. So for, John and all these people in here who are already in a network marketing business, congratulations. I hunted you down like a dog. Like I know John's upset about too. So, but I knew that if you're already using tools, this is going to be a way to help you spread the word about what you're already doing. So you need to know who your target market is. And if you know that, if you know who it is, like if you sell carpet cleaners, you don't want to go to houses that literally their houses are concrete floors. It would be pointless, right? Why would you sell a carpet cleaner to a guy who has no carpet? Some of y'all are trying to take your business to your mom and your dad and your brother and your cousin, expecting them to become passionate about a product that they can't use themselves because they're not promoting any type of business. You want to work with people who are going to become passionate about how the product or service was being used by them, if that makes sense. So it doesn't make a difference what platform you're using. I mean, I'm always going to be passionate about making videos, creating content, letting people see how real of a human being I am. And by the way, you can go to YouTube and you can go to Facebook, my Facebook Lives, and you can look up things from 2 or 3 years ago when I started trying to making videos, and they ain't good, guys. Like, they're horrible. Like, my videos back then are like, I'm just preaching for no reason whatsoever, no real value, just crap talking, just destroying every single connection I had, just destroying everything. And now I've created a following. And so now I have people who listen every day and apparently make their kids watch my videos. That's kind of weird, but I love it. I love it. So, but guys, it ain't going to happen in 4 minutes if you've just got started. It ain't. It took me 3 years. And I had that conversation. I had that conversation because I got scared about this. I got scared because I thought this just happened way too fast. Like, this rise to the top happened really, really fast, but in reality, it didn't. The reality is I've spent the last 3 years working on becoming a better network marketer, and that's 3 years of solid work, not just an hour a day. For 3 years, I've been reading, putting the time in, becoming more passionate about my products and services, becoming better at talking about them, doing Zooms. I was doing Zooms before Servia. So I was doing presentations on Zooms for the last year and a half before Servia. This was my comfort zone. This was my home. And so, like I said, if you ask me to do something else, and I mean, I've given presentations in person too, but Zooms, I can reach so many more people so fast. Look at this. We got people from around the world on one video, and we could spread the word about anything this way. So Zooms, if y'all ain't doing Zooms on your own, if you're not practicing, take off. Don't wait for somebody to have a schedule. Don't wait to join somebody else's meeting. Find somebody to run with. Start doing Zooms. Don't ask. Like, I never once asked my upline, not one time ever, hey, do you think it'd be okay if I did this? Or, hey, can I go over here and do this? No, I do things and then get in trouble for them later. Like, that's the truth. Like, people yell at me all the time, Curry, take that down. Curry, don't say that. Curry. But the best part is that I've got a hedge of protection now. Like, I've got people who are watching me, and when I make mistakes or do, like, I made that video the other day about somebody saying I don't help people. I was just angry about it. But while I was making the video, people were trying to call me. People were trying to stop me from being in the video. They were messaging me. They were like, I had at least 3 people who literally was beating my door down going, okay, wait, what's going on? What's happened? Tell us.
It's funny, Corey, because I've always felt it when I've watched your Zooms and everything. You've got if it's not Jen watching you back, it's Scotty, because you and him on camera, and when you speak, he knows when to rein you in. And it just takes I think it's 3 or 4 words he says to you, and you just watch, the interaction between you, and you seem to know when, you're kind of like, yeah, okay, Scotty, yeah. And you rein it. It's remarkable to watch. But yeah, it's great that we have people around us that will tell us when we're making a step wrong, because things like, you come on, you're very relatable, you're truthful, you're honest, you just say things like it is. But sometimes those type of things can harm you, even though they don't look like they're harming you, but they can harm you in the long run. It might be a case of you having a whinge, but you're whinging, some of the things you come out with, Corey, even I want to say, shh, stop. But we can whinge, and we can come across as if we are not, as if we're calling a massive, huge amount of people in one industry, or a batch of people here and there. We can come across that we are not, that we're whinging and not being supportive, when really it's just the situation that you were whinging about, having a whinge about. And I understand that, but the masses out there, they can take it wrong, can't they? And yeah.
Well, I can be really honest and say that there's going to be people who hate my guts. Like, there's going to be people who hate the way I talk. There's going to be people who hate the way I look, that they literally hate everything about me, my personality. They think I'm all about myself. I've had people tell me that they don't become like Curry Russell. He's just self-centered, and he's just self-motivated, and he's all about, and which is the farthest thing from the truth, but they don't know me. They see me online, and they see the way that I portray myself online. But what's happening for me and for many others is that we're setting the groundwork. And a lot of people will see the stuff that we've done and the videos that we've got out on YouTube and the videos we got other places. And that is the starting point for their interest. And then somebody else picks them up. Somebody else will sign them up because they didn't want to work with me, but they got excited about it, and they found somebody who was more relatable to them.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had the same thing where somebody will, let's say, Ross. Let's use Ross since I'm picking on everybody today. Let's say Ross is out there blasting everything, telling everybody what's happening in his business, but for some reason, some person that Ross showed didn't relate to Ross very well. They were like, I really don't want to work with Ross. Let me Google somebody. And then they found me. And people joined my business without me even having conversations with them, because they related to me on video. The more content you create into the world, the more you'll win. The two things, I just got back from GoPro, the event Eric Worre has in Las Vegas. And the very first person who talked, the very first line she said, she is the #1 earner in Avon, like the top of the entire tree. She's the top of the world in Avon. The very first sentence she said was, if you want to be successful, you have to be loud.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say, ask you.
First line. Grant Cardone, if you're not registered for his email blasts, be honored that you're not, because the man believes. He said this at Spa Masters, at an event they had. He recorded it on a Facebook Live. I watched it multiple times, but he specifically said the person who makes the most noise makes the most money. And he believes that his list he'll send 7 emails a day. He doesn't care. You're either going to get on his list and buy, or get off his list. He doesn't care. It doesn't hurt his feelings. You have a product to sell, a service to sell, and all you need to do is show enough people to make them buy. It doesn't. Why do people got to be emotional about it? Why do you need to have any level of emotion? You don't have any emotion going to your job. Why? You don't have any emotion going to work, yet there's still financial transaction being made. The company's still going to pay you for a service that you're providing. But you don't have any fear of loss unless you fear losing your job. Like, you're selling a product or service. Go show some people without concern of the outcome.
Excellent. Yeah. Corey?
Yeah.
Is there some feedback on my side? No, has it gone? Okay.
It's gone.
So I'm thinking if we, I've just asked Keith if she can open the room and unmute, because I'm sure everyone would like to ask you some questions. But before we do ask questions, I'll just say, please don't ask Corey any questions regarding, things about units, how to do this, blah, blah, blah. Any of that sort of thing is on a different Zoom, okay? So Corey's here to be asked questions, don't think about the questions you're asking. So fire away. I want to ask, do they sell seeds of you? Can we grow them? Can we make more curries? I want duplicates of curries in our house. I water it every day.
I think we'd all buy those.
Yeah.
Gemma asked a chat question. She said, can you, I don't know where it went. Where'd her question go? Hold on, I clicked the button.
It says, can you talk about being trained to going to work and college? Okay. You know what that means, yeah?
So trained to go to work in college, right? So this is tough. This is such a tough thing in our society, in all of the world right now. There's been such a massive high demand for everyone to go to college, regardless of whether you're going to flip burgers or, unstuck a toilet. You know what I'm saying? You just, everybody needs to have a college degree, but in all reality, most people aren't even going to use their college degree for the job they're going to do, but you're pushed that way. I'm not raising my kids to even go to college. Now, I do want my son to go into the military for a short period of time, but that has nothing to do with work and everything to do with growing up as a man. That's a whole different perspective for me that I have that other people don't. But I'm not raising my daughter to go to college. Like, I want her to become an entrepreneur right now. Like, I'm considering ways for her as an 8-year-old to start preparing her legacy. Like, not just to make a couple bucks, but I'd love for my daughter to, in the next 10 years, before she's 18, to be a millionaire. Like, I don't think that it's a doubt. It's possible. There's, with the technology that we have, the things that are out there, you have a smartphone now. If you have a smartphone and you can't create money, you are out of your mind. That's a dumb phone. You need to be using that phone to be making any level of financial income as you want. I mean, look at it this way. This company, not the one that we're doing, but the other company that our lead generation business, ran a sale. I put like 15 posts online from Facebook and made a massive amount of money from nothing. Just nothing. Made some posts online and they put money in my bank account. What the crap is, like, why do people, you just got to go do it. So anyways, so college train, I mean, don't listen, train to believe that you can make, like, money is earned for a service. Go provide a service and get money. So, all right, let's go to another question.
Ross, do you have a burning question? I know I always pick on Ross for burning questions.
Iska, you don't need to get a quote for that. You just go plus pricing. Yeah, I don't have a clue. Yeah, we have to send a message to Kevin Marino.
Okay, because I'm still waiting on the quote, and I'm not sure. It's been a week. No one's returning anything back to me. So
Literally look up Kevin.
Kevin Marino?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
When you have something at that level, you just go directly to him.
Okay, I will today. Thank you. Very sunny here today.
How can I get a general presentation most affiliates use? There is no such thing.
You know, you just want to, you just want to come on any presentations that anybody's doing. Do you mean the live ones presentations? I mean, Curry's doing them all the time. We'll do them on tap whenever we're asked.
But there's no standard. I mean, there is a presentation in the back office. If you go to tools and downloads in your resources center, and there is a PDF or a PowerPoint presentation that's got slides, and you can use that if you get, if you feel comfortable using the slides. But there's no standard. Now there's recordings of videos that we use that a lot of people share of the presentations that myself and Scott have given, or that Tina and Kelly have given, or that John or Diana or Donna-Marie and Keeley. There's recordings out there that people can share that all have the same information. Like, I get people ask all the time, Curry, where do you have a recording of your presentation? I'm like, well, pick one from the 70 that are on Facebook or on YouTube, because they're all the same. They all give you the exact same information. Hopefully that helped, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, they're all over YouTube. They're all over in the back office.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's one to suit everybody, isn't there? And if you don't like what you can find, make your own.
Dear God, make your own. Have fun with it. Let people see you. Let people see how much you like the product or service. Let people see you using the product or service. Make videos of it working on your phone. Make videos of just you casting vision of how it could absolutely be powerful to anyone. I mean, go after the small home-based business market. Go after your chains, your restaurants, but don't. You gotta pick who your target market is and go after it. Do you know what the webinar is going to be for the marketing system? I don't. Scott and I are actually going to be talking about that with Andre soon. So, yeah, it's not even a question for Andre. We'll take care of it. I just don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know if Andre would even reply to you. He's crazy. That guy's crazy. I like Andre. Next question.
Any questions before we let this busy man go about his day? I know he's got new molds to make for his Play-Doh and some new designs coming up. I don't know if you all saw Curry's design for the Play-Doh. I was just dumbfounded. I was like, what on earth is he doing next?
Listen, let me go back. So I've made this is the dumbest thing. In like April before that, so it was right before before I got started with the Go. I went on Fiverr and I was looking for a logo, and I've never been able to brand myself in anything. I've been, listening to trainings. They're like, brand yourself, brand yourself, brand yourself. Don't brand the product. Don't talk about your product or service. Brand yourself, so that no matter what product or service you do, people are going to want to work with you, not because of the product or service, but they want to work with you. So I just took a picture of me and went to Fiverr and had somebody for $5 make my logo, the little Curry Russell logo. As a matter of fact, if I stop my video, there it is. So that's my goofy logo. $5 from my thing. That picture is probably going to make me millions. Because everything switched. When I started branding myself, people started seeing that logo, and it was my face. When I get in elevators and I have a picture of myself on my shirt, people go, is that you on your shirt? And I'm like, yeah. Why? Because I'm my own brand. What are you talking about? And it just makes people, it's hilarious. But Don, I mean, look, how many people started seeing my face everywhere?
Yeah, like, everywhere, all over. You couldn't get away from it.
You couldn't get away from that stupid green circle, could you?
Yeah.
And it became known everywhere, like in minutes, like just everywhere. And so when I spent $5 on this face, and I'm telling you, I just, when you brand yourself, you're everything else, no matter what you're doing, no matter what product or service you have to offer, no matter if you change companies, you're still your own business. You're powerful, and you can't let the company be you. You've got to be your own company. And this year, I owned that. I mean, I owned it like nobody's business owned it, and everybody should. I'm not saying go pay $5. I got an affiliate link for $5. I'm just kidding. I don't. But I mean, think about your own brand. I see people branding their name. You know, they write their name in a funny way and make that their brand, or they'll put a picture of, you know, some little logo for them. But when you own yourself and your own stuff, you just treat it differently. And man, everybody complained. They were laughing, complaining at the same time. I can't get away from your face. I wake up, there's curry posts. I go to sleep, there's curry posts. Every chat and every video, there's Curry's likes going across the screen. And it was everywhere.
You know, in the UK, we try to go to bed, but we can't because we get a notification saying Curry's going live. That's it. I'm up for another half an hour.
Every time.
Dude, you guys can go to sleep. There's a replay for a reason, right? Like, I don't wait for people to get on. I go live and start talking because the replay is right. Dude, just go to sleep.
Donna never sleeps.
Yeah, I've never seen, like, she's awake all the time.
Donna's a vampire.
All right. Any other questions before I take off?
Okay. Yeah, I've got one, Curry.
Yeah, man.
When are you coming to the UK, man?
I don't know, man. I got to get rid of a job.
Well, that ain't going to be long, is it?
Won't be long.
No, it's not. It's not. As a matter of fact, I've had multiple conversations with my employer. I'm waiting really to be fired, to be honest with you. I'm just like, I've lost. I was talking to Don LaPlume today, and I said, you know, there's times where I hate.
Corey, I'm going to be Scotty while he's not here. Do you want me to stop the recording so that you can talk to us?
Oh, I don't care. None of the stuff that I say is none of the stuff that I say isn't something I wouldn't say on a live. So, I mean, you can record it and use it for posterity or share it, whatever. But I've talked to my bosses, and they're waiting for me just to not show up, like just not show up. I talked to Don LaPlume today, and I said, you know, there's times where I'm going to always be forever grateful for this opportunity. But in my head, there's times where I'm like, man, I loved my job. Like, I loved it. Like, I loved helping people. I work in public safety. I do an incredible thing all around the world. But I got started in marketing because I didn't want to travel away from my family anymore. And the greater this has gotten, I've lost the love for my job. Like, I have a love to help people still, but I wake up every day not excited to go to work anymore. Not excited that I have to get up and go do this. I'd rather be marketing. I'd rather be helping people. I'd rather be giving presentations and three-way calls and spending more time with my family. And so, like, I tasted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've tasted that it's almost here, that I've reached a level where I can truly do some stuff to actually impact people's lives because of me, not just because I'm doing a job working for a corporation. So Wait, Donna or Gemma, was that who had that question? Who had that? Talk about balance, work, and family. Okay, you can't.
Yeah.
If you think you can build an empire with balance, it won't happen. There is loss. There is sacrifice. There is endless sacrifice for a period of time. But you have to be willing. God, this is tough. Like, you really have to be willing to make a real sacrifice. Like, I didn't see my kids much when we started for the first five months of Acervia. I didn't see my wife much. Like, not because I was on the road, but when I got off the road, I literally came home and got on in my office till 2:00 in the morning. I didn't go to bed. My wife got jealous of my online family because I'm spending more time with them than I am with her. You've got real sacrifice for a short period of time. Now, I mean, in just the short period that we've been at it, I'm now at 9 p.m. The moment I'm done with my Zoom, 10 p.m., the moment I'm done with my Zoom and closings and everything else I'm doing, it's off. And now I go to bed and watch a movie with Jen or spend time with her, and now we're only doing Zooms 3 times a week. So I play with the kids more. But that sacrifice at the beginning or at any stage of where you are that you make the decision to go all in means all in. It doesn't mean that like it's you're half in because you got, kids' school events. And I know for single moms, it's much harder.
About taxes.
What? Skip, you got a question? Oh, apparently not. Yeah. So Gemma, I hope that helps. I know that's tough. That it's tough. I mean, you make the work-life balance. I've worked for 15 years of my adult life traveling 80% of the year. So I already know what sacrifice is like. And so it didn't feel uncomfortable for me, but I know there's other people who've never given, you give more time to the TV than you do your kids. And don't take that the wrong way. Most people do. I mean, how many adult men watch every single sporting event there is, every season, every game, and then once they're done watching the game, they watch the replays on SportsCenter as if they missed something. Sports are the greatest, like mediocre, medium income, like hold you in life thing for men. It is the worst, stupid thing ever to sit in front of a TV and watch people play a game. Like, my brain explodes. I'm like, you mean to tell me, like, sure, go to a game, experience it in real life, but to watch it on a box on your couch, get out of here. I ain't got time for that. I don't even want to watch the Super Bowl. Give me a break.
You just get fat, don't you, when you watch too much TV?
Well, I'm fat anyway because I'm sitting here doing Zooms, 700 Zooms.
Corey, I know that you've been on another mission and that you look fabulous with your new health regime, whatever it is that you're doing.
I know, I can't talk about it. And the reason why I can't talk about it is because the moment I say that I'm doing something, everybody else will go do it. And then they're all distracted and they're doing something else. Mm-hmm. You got it. Like, I'm not allowed. Like, people know, and they're literally telling me and warning me, Curry, you're not allowed to talk about it. Like, you cannot talk about it. And I'm like, but I want to make some more money. And they're like, no, you got enough. You got enough. Just stop. By the way, I am a customer of a product, not a representative of another product.
I know. Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is it's doing you proud. You've done really well. And I know it's because you've kept up with your health regime. You're looking good.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
See all the differences. Everybody say, yes, Curry's looking great. Well done.
Can I just say thank you to Curry for coming on? I'm having really bad issues with my laptop. So if Santa's watching, I'd like a new laptop, please.
All right. Does anybody else have anything else before I got to go? This has been awesome.
This has been good, Curry. Thanks for jumping on, man. I want one last question, if we can, okay? And if you can try and keep it as short as you can, if that's possible in the realms of Curry world. I don't know. But distraction. How do you overcome this shiny object syndrome? Okay, this is something that I've suffered from for a ton of years since I've been in this industry. And only since I come into a previous business that we first met, you know, that I finally focused and just kind of tried to block out all the noise. How do people do that? How do people actually achieve that? Because I see so many people coming into this situation over and over again. And, you know, it's a hard thing to get over, isn't it?
You just have to be really good at saying no. Like, and then believe in it. Like this Bitcoin thing, right? I mean, everybody and their second cousin, nobody talked about Bitcoin 6 months ago.
Corey, can I be a Scotty D here?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we not use a product or service to compare with, but we'll just say any other bright
it's the big one.
Like a squirrel? Yeah. Squirrel.
That's fine. Whatever. That's fine. But you have to become really good at saying no. Like find something you're happy with, like you're passionate about. If you're great, if you truly have had amazing success with a health and wellness product, why would you possibly give time to something that takes you away? Like we have some people who are 200K earners in a company and they're the top of their business. They've reached a level where their business is going to grow without them. They're going to make money every single day. Some of them are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. They're able to take a break and show somebody something to create that next stream of income. But if you're not creating a stream of income yet that is at a comfortable level for you to go do something else, stick with something that's working until it gets to a point that you can take a break from it and it's still growing on its own. I mean, let's be honest. If I did not show up for one more Zoom, this business is going without me. Like Curry Russell is not necessary for my growth of my business now. That's everybody wants to win. There's too many people out there trying to win. And once John finds some major player on one leg and another major player on another leg and another major player on another leg, it's over. Because the true secret to this business is finding 3% people. If you're out there looking for 27 percenters, you're going to get 27 percenters. If you're out there looking for 70 percenters, you're going to get 70 percenters. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, it's just the level of people that there are.
It's all about the quality, not the quantity.
But you're not going to attract 3% people with a 3% or with a 70% attitude. Mm-hmm. You have to become dynamic. You have to become bold. You have to, I can't make John Bone be a 3%er. I can't make John Bone be anything more than John Bone's going to be. The phrase, you can't push a dead bear up a tree, is one of my favorite lines because I can't make anybody do anything that they're not going to do. But John, with the amount of personal development, mindset adjustments, going through the motions, totally taking action, he's going to become what he's going to become. But a power lifter is not going to become a world-class athlete if he's lifting 25 pounds all day long. You just can't. You can't become.
With this subject right now, I think it's important to just come in with this small piece. John, you're talking about people messaging us, asking us if we want to join different lines of work, different products and so on. I think it's always good to answer with a no that doesn't burn a bridge. So Corey knows all about bridges, and
I'll set them on fire.
So I think it's good to say to the person that this is not for you now. Thank you very much for showing me the offer, because those people, think about it, are also your potentials. You don't want to offend I feel. You don't want to offend someone with the fact that, you know, you're just dead straight, no, it's rubbish, don't want it. I think keep lines open, tell them a firm no that it's not for you. Let them know in a way that, you know, they don't have to keep messaging you. You've been quite open and straight about it. It's a no, but that it's not for you right now. You're concentrating on your own thing that you've got passion about.
Can I end with one more thing? I'm gonna end with something fun.
Yeah.
Just this is the life lesson right here. Who here is a Christian? Anybody go to church? Anybody a Christian at all? Oh, nobody's gonna talk about it. So you got multiple flavors of churches, right? You got multiple flavors of Christianity, and then you got these offset people, right? You got these Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses, right? And I know in all the countries around the world, some of them are inundated, especially third world countries, with Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons, right? Donna-Marie, you guys got Mormons up there, right?
I'm laughing because you're doing that thing again. I'm going to ring Jenny now. I'm going to ring Scotty.
But this is serious. This is serious. The reason, you got to look at it this way. Who is going door to door showcasing their business?
The Mormons.
The regular Christian or the Mormons and the Jehovah's Witnesses?
Jehovah's Witnesses.
And Mormons.
They're going out hardcore, 2 by 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see Mormons, they're always 2 by 2. They're working together. Who do you want to be? The stay-at-home Christian and not telling anybody about their faith, thinking they're going to go to heaven because they ain't done nothing. They just believe and works without faith is dead. Or do you want to be somebody out there busting your butt to win some race that they think that there's only X amount of people going, and they're going to go try to win? Like those people, like, I want to get more Mormons in my business. Like, I want more, like, I got to find Mormons. I'm going to tell them, listen, you call me when your discipleship thing is up. They only do it 2 years. Like, call me when you're done because you're working for me. I know that right now. If you can go door to door and sling this crap, you can come over here and work for me. I'll show you something that's awesome. Come on. So, but think of yourself that way. They believe what they're showing, and they're willing to go out door to door, be told no endlessly, ride a bike everywhere, dress a certain way, be crazy, and they're dynamic. Like, I'll invite them in my house every single time. Every time. They're coming in. Come on in, guys. Let's talk. So you guys, think about what level of you want to take your business to. Do you want to be at that stay-at-home level, or do you want to be at the, I'm going out with another partner and we're going to run this thing. We're going to do this thing. Accountability. I'm just going to leave it with that word, accountability.
I love that analogy. That was one of the aha moments. Like, that's really good. I'm using that.
Listen, own it. Enjoy it. Guys, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. I'm on Facebook. I'm not tech support, by the way. I'm going to put that on Facebook today. Like, I am not tech support. I'm a field representative, and I'm going to go show the world, and I ain't got time to deal with your nonsense. Figure it out.
Love it. Oh, Corey, you've been absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. It's been so enjoyable. And we got to keep you for longer than anticipated. So I'm absolutely made up by that.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Thank you very much, Donna.
Thank you guys for having me.
Guys. Thanks, Carrie.
Yeah, talk to y'all soon.